We're going to study apologetics. We're using a curriculum put out by Ravi Zacharias and Vince Vitale called Jesus Among Secular Gods. I'm going to do a brief overview so that we can get the most out of this course. So if you get your workbook right now and you look at the front page, make sure you get the right one. It says Jesus Among Secular Gods. All right, opening up, find the contents page. All right, once you're on the contents page, good to go. All right, you can see there we got 6 weeks, starting with Be Prepared, ending with Conversations That Count, each week covering a new topic. Later on, I'll cover the rest of what's in the contents. For now, let's turn to week 1. So week 1, Be Prepared. We're going to set the context, ask a few questions to get ourselves ready. Flip the page over. Now we're going to set up the video. We're going to cover this week's topic, ask a few questions, and then we'll watch the video. While you're watching the video, the significant statements made by either Ravi Zacharias or Vince Vitale are already recorded on the watch page, and you can take your notes on that page as well. Flip the page again. When the video's over, we're going to have a discussion. We're going to ask these questions, step through it. They're meant to elicit some conversation within us on how this can affect our life as Christians walking in our faith. Next is the assignment. Conversational goal. On the next page over, don't flip quite yet, on the next page over, there's instructions on how to follow that assignment. But this is what we'll talk about today after watching the video to prepare for that assignment. And lastly, as always, we'll end the class in prayer. So if you flip that page over one more time, here are the instructions for your assignment. We'll step right through it. Each week you're going to have a conversation with somebody on this topic. And we're going to journal about it. We're going to take some notes about how that conversation went. But I've got your back. I'm also going to provide you a tool that I've used in my life to prepare for phone calls, to prepare for conversations, to prepare for meetings with significant people where I want to make the most out of the opportunity. So I'll also be providing you that format to make the most out of that conversation. If you turn the page over again, in each week, there's 2 personal studies, Personal Study 1 and Personal Study 2. This is going to go deeper into that topic. Spend about 20 to 30 minutes twice a week to really help flush out these topics, to really make them land in your life, to create some context around whether it's hedonism or moral relativism or scientism or atheism. So that's a brief overview of what you're going to find under the topic of week 1 through week 6, the pages that are associated with it. Next, if you would, turn to page 122 and 123. It's entitled Questions That Count. Here you have over 25 questions that break the ice and help start that conversation with a non-believer or an atheist or a Christian that is kind of struggling with their faith. This will help uncover the flaw and also, as we study, find that bridge so that we can connect with them and bring them closer to a faith in Jesus Christ. Next, if we go back to the contents page, we have articles. You can skip forward right now to page 124. So on page 124, you can see it says Article 1, Supplemental Articles, Week 1 Articles, The Apologist's First Question. So each week there's 2 articles that you can read through, again, to help add more context to what we're studying. Lastly, on page 154, here are some reference notes provided for each part of the week study, as well as reference notes to the articles as well. So each week you're going to have the group session notes, the Personal Study 1 and Personal Study 2 notes. It could be references to any books they bring up, topics. Sometimes there's a website you can go to, but it's ways to either get those books or at least find them in a library or online, or reference them or see some articles or criticisms of those books or articles. Great resource though. Great resource they've provided. They've really thought of everything in this course to really capture what we need to capture to ground these ideas. So it's a 6-week course. So let's get a bit deeper into the structure of our apologetic study, okay? So we covered how each week is going to be a new topic. It's going to start off with that first hour. What we're asking for is to be present with these videos in the discussions and get through that week. that first hour. That starts the week. In order to get the most out of this week, we are looking for a commitment from you. It's going to be about 5 hours per week. So that first hour is with us on this video, watching the video, and then the follow-on questions, discussions, ending in prayer every week. Then we get off to the next 4 hours. So how are we going to divide that up? Well, Monday, we're going to read that first article. Only about 20 to 30 minutes. Sometime between Monday and Saturday, we're going to have that conversation. We're going to reach out to somebody and we're going to take some notes on how that conversation went. About an hour. Tuesday, we'll do that personal study 1. So we're going to go past that first week all the way to it says personal study 1. And it's going to take about 30 minutes to get through that exercise on personal study 1. We'll do that on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, we're going to read the second article of the week and reflect on it. Again, about 20 to 30 minutes. Thursdays, personal study 2. Take you about 30 minutes to get through that personal study. At this point, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours we got 1 more hour to go. That's right. So on Friday, we're going to invite somebody. Someone that you know who doesn't want to go to church. And we're going to invite them to watch church. Tell them you'll call them before church to make sure they don't forget, and you're going to call them after so they can discuss the experience. You're also going to tell them that you're doing an apologetic study. You get to explain to them what that means, and that this is an exercise for you and you would really like their help. You're not judging them. You're just inviting them to watch church so that you can ask them questions. So there it is. There's the 5 hours a week that we're going to do. So I ask you this, how much television or programming or movies are you going to watch this week? How much recreational time will you spend? How much time will you spend working? When you look at how much time we do other things, really when we really want to get a grounding in something, 5 hours a week is a good start. So in less than 5 hours a week, let's get at it. So in just a moment, this video is going to end and we're individually and as a group going to make a commitment to what we're going to commit to get the most out of this course. So if you turn to the last page of the book, he asks a great question, where to go from here? He provides 3 answers. Is it foundational discipleship, books of the Bible, or possibly doctrine? But what's the real question that Ravi Zacharias and Vince Vitale are asking? In other words, where is your weakness? Let's move towards that area. So the great thing about this course is we're going to uncover maybe where you need to move next. It's going to be different for each of us, but we can voice that and see, you know what? I wish I knew more about this book of the Bible. You know what? I wish I knew more about this doctrine that really helps me bridge and answer these questions when they come up when I'm trying to uncover the flaw of hedonism or uncover the flaw of moral relativism or secular humanism. Does that make sense? So this, as we lean in and you find out maybe where you need to study some more, don't see it as a negative, see it as a positive. And that's what we're going to do, is this isn't the end, this is just the beginning. All right, that's all for the overview, Jesus Among Secular Gods. Enjoy the program. I'm so excited to be able to ground you and how you can get the most out of the next 6 weeks. Good luck.